Tobin and Leroy here with you on 104.3 FM, WQAM. Take you guys up until 2 here on the program. I saw some comments, by the way, in the chat that our Odyssey app was having some echoing issues. I think they're done, but if those continue, let me know. And do it seriously. Don't be a troll bastard. Schmeethin. Doesn't appear to be an issue on the video stream, but I want to make sure that's okay.
Kara said, I haven't heard Kitten Caboodle since 1995.
Totally fair. Is it
Kit
Kitten Caboodle or
Kit and Caboodle?
You know, dude, I don't know. I don't know, nor do I care.
I think it's Kit and Caboodle, not Kitten Caboodle.
It's not a baby cat.
So that's probably why you haven't heard it since 95.
I don't believe it is. I don't believe it's an infant cat. I don't think that's how it is. Let's get to our headlines.
Oh my God! Wait, hold on. Tobin is only familiar with Kit and Cat.
I do like Kit Kats. Who doesn't like Kit Kats? Come on, be real.
Wait, you remember they came out with the churro?
They did?
Yeah, churro Kit Kat.
I don't know if I like to venture off flavors on my favorite candies. You know, like
well, what about Pop-Tarts? Pop-Tarts now have Girl Scout flavors.
I've heard that. I have not dove into that. Maybe I will. We'll see. Headlines brought to you by Doral Kia. Choose from over 500 new Kia miles in inventory at the Sports Sorrento and Telluride. Remember, when it comes to Kia, the great deals are at Doral Kia. We'll see.
Is Tua playing?
Tua's playing.
Okay, good.
Tua is playing. He's going to give it a go. I don't know how long they're going to play, but it sounds like I think they're going to get a little bit of run.
You know what? I always got asked, as I got further in my career, do you want a series here? Do you want another one? Or are you good? And I remember I said, no, let me get about 3-4 more carries, right?
Mm-hmm.
Tore my rotator cuff.
Jeez.
I know. I played the whole year with it. It sucked, but that sucked.
Yeah, I remember there was one year. The Dolphins sucked so bad on offense that Tony Sperano got mad and he played the offensive line in the 4th game, and then that's when there were 4 games nobody did that, and Jake Long got hurt, and we're like, no.
But I don't want to sound old when I say this, right? There's only one way to prepare for a football season, and that's by playing football. And the only opportunity you have to play football are these preseason games.
Right.
You can practice and you can have physical practices, but physical practice without tackling or physical practice without being taken to the ground is still not the game. And so I would say, now I heard that they were talking about that guys' legs are tired. Yeah, you got to work through that.
Who said their legs are tired?
Somebody said that guys look tired. Either was this morning. Did I hear it this morning with Omar, or
they're just saying that camp looked a little flat yesterday,
or just they look. And I'm like, that's what camp is. You fight through that. Would you rather go through that in game 3?
Right.
So you work yourself through that soreness so that your body is prepared. I don't and coming from me, I hated camp. So this is not coming from a person that looked forward to camp, but I understood the purpose of it. To say we're protecting guys, to say, and Menu 631 says, guys look tired 2 weeks in. It's not that they're out of shape. It's that you haven't, even when you're working out in the off season, you don't put this much stress on your body. And so, because you don't have 2-a-days, when you had 2-a-days, you'd have it for the first week and a half and you're done. And then you kind of start working through it. And then after those first 2 weeks of camp, then you didn't have 2-a-days anymore. So, but you have to go through certain things during camp to get ready for the long season. And I would hate, and this is what I wonder about Tyreek, right? And no way in time has he played 40, 50 plays in camp at a level of game time, right? So when he gets in and he plays the first game and they play 50, 60 plays and he plays 40 and 50, 40 to 50 of them,
Mm-hmm.
and then next week or 2 weeks, his legs are sore or he has a small tissue injury, are we going to be shocked?
I mean, look, there was a point where he would tell people, he said, Cheetah, don't get hurt. And now he's on the other side of 30 and he's been dealing with the first injuries of his life.
I don't put that at Cheetah being 30, right? I don't. There's been plenty of guys that have played well over 30 at that position.
Yeah, but he's a freak speed guy, Leroy. Like, would it be crazy?
Well, to me, yes.
Okay.
If that just from running sprints.
No, but we there are cases of guys like once you start getting the injuries, like they start catching up with you, right?
Well, certain injuries, like if you're a guy that does a lot of running,
Mm-hmm.
and you start getting soft tissue injuries like hammies, quads, yes, then I could say, yeah, you're pushing your body too much.
He's had a wrist. He had the whole thing with his knee that we didn't know about last year. Now he's got an oblique. Like, I don't know.
Yeah. All right. I mean,
So I think hopefully it's just hopefully he can just pick up where it is.
Or you want the other side of it?
Yeah.
That I thought about this the other day. What if the Dolphins are seeing if they can play and be successful without Tua?
Tyreek. Well, Tua did talk about this. This was a Tua.
Because even Tua is like, enough, right? He's not saying those words, but he's kind of, we need to get some work in. We need to do this. And he's kind of directing that towards Tyreek.
We played yesterday how he was like mentioning Waddle, how he really wants to get work with Waddle. But this was him on how Tyreek being out has given him some time with some other receivers. Here was Tua after practice yesterday.
I would say with Tyreek being out, it does give us an opportunity to work on, more things with Waddle, work on more things with Malik. It also allows me the opportunity to see which guys I can trust, which guys I can depend on when guys like Tyreek, or even, sometimes throughout the practice, Jalen is sat down by the trainers or whatnot. It allows me the opportunity to see who's in their playbook, who knows where to be in what spots, and then play within the timing of that play. So that's a cool opportunity for those guys with Tyreek not being in there. But, like anything else, that takes practice, and we just got to continue to work on being on the same page.
There you go.
So okay, that still sounds like he's throwing a little, hey Tyreek, we need to get some work in.
But do we really think like Tyreek's not like he's not the type of guy that skimps out? Like I think Tyreek.
Listen, I'm not saying that at all.
Mm-hmm.
But what I am saying is, you think your last football could be in January? And you just gonna pick up where you left off with no real work?
I get it, but I also think that I think there has been this idea that Tua is going to start turning towards Jalen Waddle, and I just think that all things being equal, like if Tyreek Hill is lining up week 1, and we get a healthy Waddle and Tyreek season, Tyreek's going to have better numbers.
You think?
Yeah, I do.
Okay,
he's a better player.
No,
it's nothing against Jalen Waddle.
But I would say this: regardless of how good or special a player is, quarterbacks work on comfort. Quarterbacks throw the ball to people they're comfortable with or they're absolutely positively sure, especially with Tua. Tua's throwing the ball to open areas. He's not throwing it to people.
Yeah, but they've had a lot of success together, though.
Yes. Yes.
Like, does that go?
I'm not okay, but you can't. You can't use both sides of this. You can't say he's over 30 and then say, but they've had a lot of success together.
No, they're two different things. I'm asking.
Not really.
They are, because I'm asking.
Because if you say Tua can count on Tyreek, now then the 30 thing doesn't matter.
Well, I set off the jump. What I just said is if they're healthy and they're giving me a full season, I still think that Tyreek Hill is going to give you. So I gave you that caveat already.
Okay.
My other question about injuries was just a question of, do you think this is other 30? And you said no. So
No,
now
I
I'm
don't.
going back to the premonition of, okay, so if it's not injuries and we think he's going to be healthy, yeah, I still think that he's not. It's not like Tua's going to go into this year. Tyreek Hill's there, Jalen Waddle's there, and we're going to change up on how often he's going to go to Tyreek Hill. I just don't think that's the case. He's too good. If we're just saying Tyreek, and it's not like he hasn't had success with them. This is their 4th season together.
Yeah. No. I'm not. Listen, all this stuff you're saying is accurate, but I'm telling you, quarterbacks, if you haven't practiced with a guy and haven't performed at that high level since last January, sometimes your comfort goes other places until you're comfortable with where they are. Now, the whole camp, Tua has talked about getting some work in. They haven't been able to do that.
Mm-hmm.
And as a quarterback, I'm going to say that these quarterbacks are real finicky when it comes to, can I trust you? Are you going to be where you're supposed to be? I'm not saying that this is the case with Tyreek, but I'm saying when Tua drops back, if he's had 50 plays of work with Waddle on a certain route, and he's only had 5 plays with Tyreek, regardless of how great Tyreek is, he's going to look towards Waddle because he's going to feel more comfortable.